In the annals of Real Madrid's storied European history, certain nights are etched in gold not just for the victory, but for the sheer individual transcendence of a single player. Wednesday, November 26, 2025, will forever be remembered as one of those nights. In the hostile, deafening cauldron of the Georgios Karaiskakis Stadium, Kylian Mbappé didn't just play, he ascended. Real Madrid arrived in Greece under a cloud of rare pressure. Manager Xabi Alonso's side had endured a stumbling patch, winless in their last 3 outings across all competitions, including a painful domestic draw and a Champions League setback against Liverpool earlier in the month. The narrative was beginning to sour. Questions were being asked of the defensive fragility and the team's cohesion. They needed a savior, and they got a gladiator. Mbappé's 4-goal haul, a poker of devastating quality, was not merely a statistical anomaly. It was a statement of intent. It broke records, silenced a raucous Greek crowd, and dragged Madrid back into the upper echelons of the Champions League table. The atmosphere in Piraeus is legendary, often described as one of the most intimidating in Europe. The Olympiacos faithful lived up to that reputation from the first whistle, creating a wall of noise that seemed to rattle the visitors. Real Madrid's defensive injury crisis, missing key pillars like Militao and Carvajal, was immediately exposed. Just 8 minutes into the match, the stadium erupted. Olympiacos midfielder Chiquinho found space just outside the box. With Madrid's midfield slow to close him down, he unleashed a fierce, swerving drive that beat the outstretched hand of Andre Lunin. 1-0 to Olympiacos. The legend were dreaming. Madrid looked rattled, their passing rhythm disrupted by the aggressive Greek press. For a quarter of an hour, it looked as if the crisis talks surrounding Alonso's team might deepen into a full-blown emergency. Then came the storm. In a spellbinding period of 6 minutes and 42 seconds, Kylian Mbappé tore the script to shreds. The comeback began with a flash of the telepathic understanding between Madrid's 2 superstars. Vinicius Jr., operating on the left flank, spotted a microscopic opening in the Olympiacos defensive line. With the outside of his right boot, he curled a sublime pass behind a defense. Mbappé, timing his run to perfection, latched onto the ball. With defenders closing in, he didn't panic. He simply opened his body and slotted the ball through the legs of goalkeeper Konstantinos Tsalakis. 1-1. The silence in the stadium was deafening. Barely had the replays of the first goal finished when Madrid struck again. This time, the architect was the young prodigy Arda Güler. Drifting wide on the right, Güler looked up and floated a teasing, pinpoint cross to the back post. Mbappé, displaying the predatory instincts of a classic number 9, ghosted between 2 center-backs. He rose high, remarkably high for a player not known primarily for his aerial prowess, and powered a header into the bottom corner. 1-2. In 2 minutes, the game had flipped. The coup de grace of this first-half blitz came just moments later. Eduardo Camavinga, controlling the midfield tempo, sliced the Olympiacos defense open with a vertical pass. Mbappé was once again in the clear. The finish was pure insolence, a cool, curled effort into the far corner that left Tsalakis rooted to the spot. A hat trick in under 7 minutes, the second fastest in Champions League history. Mbappé wheeled away, holding up 3 fingers, his face a mask of supreme confidence. Madrid led 3-1, and the game appeared to be over as a contest. To their credit, Olympiacos did not crumble. Spurred on by a crowd that refused to stop singing, they emerged for the second half with renewed aggression. They knew Madrid's defense was vulnerable, and they tested it immediately. In the 52nd minute, hope was rekindled. Substitute Mehdi Taremi, a veteran of European nights, found space in the box to meet a cross from Santiago Hez. His emphatic header flew past Lunin, reducing the deficit to 3-2. Suddenly, the comfort of the first half evaporated. The noise returned, and Madrid were forced onto the back foot, absorbing wave after wave of pressure. Just as anxiety began to creep into the Madrid ranks, the deadly duo of Vinicius and Mbappé struck again to restore order. In the 60th minute, Vinicius Jr. produced a moment of individual magic on the wing, dancing past 3 defenders with a dizzying combination of step-overs and raw pace. Drawing the goalkeeper out, he unselfishly squared the ball to Mbappé. The Frenchman made no mistake, tapping into the empty net for his 4th goal of the night. It was his 9th goal in just 5 Champions League matches this season, a staggering return. The goal not only restored the 2-goal cushion at 4-2, but also saw Mbappé surpass Cristiano Ronaldo's record for the most goals scored in the first 5 UCL games of a Real Madrid career. The drama wasn't quite finished. In the 81st minute, Olympiacos striker Ayoub El Kaabi, a constant menace throughout the night, rose to head home a Gabriel Strafetza cross. 4-3. The final 10 minutes were heart-stopping. Olympiacos threw everything forward. Long balls, set pieces, desperate shots from distance. Madrid's defense, marshaled by makeshift leaders, creaked but held firm. When the final whistle blew, the relief on Xabi Alonso's face was palpable. This 4-3 victory was far more than just 3 points. It was an exorcism of recent demons. Mbappé's legacy. By scoring 4 goals in a Champions League away game, Mbappé joined an elite club of Real Madrid legends. His ability to single-handedly dismantle a defense in under 10 minutes showcased why he is considered the best player in the world. The win propelled Real Madrid to 5th in the Champions League standings with 12 points, virtually guaranteeing their spot in the automatic qualification places. Xabi Alonso's management. While the defensive frailties remain a concern, Alonso's attack is purring. The fluidity between Vinicius, Mbappé, and Güler suggests that if Madrid can simply outscore their opponents, they remain favorites for the crown. "I'm very lucky to play in this team," Mbappé said humbly in the post-match interview, clutching the match ball. But as the Real Madrid squad boarded the plane back to Spain, everyone knew the truth. On nights like this, the team is lucky to have him. The poker in Piraeus will go down as one of the great individual performances in the modern era of the Champions League.